नहीं भाई, जैसे कोई पप्पू बोल दे तो उसको दिल पे लगा होगा ना? नहीं,
वो प्रोपेगेंडा कैंपेन है, उसके दिल की बात है। उसको वो जो बोल रहा है,
हाँ जी,
उसके अंदर डर है, वो उसकी लाइफ में कुछ नहीं हो रहा।
The thing is, your दादी was called the Iron Lady of India, so
She was also called गूंगी गुड़िया।
क्या बात कर रहे हो? नहीं, I didn't know that.
Before she became Iron Lady, the same people who attack me 24/7 used to call her Gungi Gudiya. I prefer now cycling to motorcycle.
You'd rather cycle to work than like a motorcycle?
No, I can't cycle to work. They don't let me. I like the idea of movement,
हाँ,
right? So I like the idea of moving fast, the idea of moving in the air, the idea of moving in water, the idea of moving on land. What I'm using to move, that's okay. I'll adapt. So I find as much beauty in an old Lambretta
हाँ.
as I find in an R1.
Really?
Yeah.
This is the Bombay journey and it is a special. All that noise and fervor is for the man himself, Rahul Gandhi, and this is not a political show. तो हम लोग ना actually ये जानना चाहते हैं कि what drives our man? What does he think about mobility, EVs, trains, bikes, cars, like things I'm passionate about, we are passionate about, you all watch us for. तो यार ये देखिए पीछे जो टर्नआउट है, ये है भारत जोड़ो यात्रा का एपिक आउटकम। तो है क्रेजी यार, बट मोर इम्पोर्टेंटली मैं अब आगे चलूंगा और इस गाड़ी से उतर जाऊंगा और मिस्टर राहुल गांधी के साथ वही करूंगा जो वो करते आ रहे इतने दिनों से, पद यात्रा। एक्साइटेड? लेट्स गो।
Uncle, what's this?
Cinema.
And what's the rose behind your back here? What's this for?
That's for peace, love. Come here. I'll come this side.
Love and affection.
Always.
But why on your back? So people,
Everybody who looks, followers will look at it, na?
Nice.
तो कि दोनों तरफ से मैसेज जाना चाहिए दुनिया को।
How are you?
Very good. How are you?
I'm not bad.
You've been at this for a while now, yeah?
Yeah.
हम लोग ना गाड़ी चलाते चलाते करते हैं, देखो बॉम्बे जर्नी नाम है हमारे शो का।
नमस्कार नमस्कार।
आपके लिए पदयात्रा
मेरी तो फुट जर्नी है।
हाँ जी। कितना टाइम हो गया आपको करते हुए?
कितना टाइम हो गया? काफी हो गया, 100 दिन से ज्यादा हो गया।
And then you can now head for the triathlon or a marathon, no? No, you're not risk that.
No, I do that. I do that.
Haan ji.
I do that. It's unrelated to this. So I do triathlons and stuff, but this is walking, totally different.
लेकिन मुझे पता चला कि आप काफी ज्यादा साइकिलिंग में भी वो रखते हो, जोश और उल्लास,
हाँ.
है ना? कहाँ से आया ये चूल आपको?
है
बस
मैं थोड़ा जनरली मैं कुछ ना कुछ स्पोर्ट्स या कोई ना कोई तपस्या करता रहता हूँ।
बहुत बढ़िया सर, बहुत बढ़िया। You know what? I'm an aviation fanatic.
Oh, you are?
So for me, when I'm talking to a pilot, it's all just like, how is it behind?
Are you a
that
pilot?
stick? No, I want to.
Why
I
not?
wish. Yeah, I need to start training, do something about it.
My father was a pilot,
Yes.
and so I learned from him.
हाँ क्या?
Yeah.
On like a Cessna or something?
No, flying is partially about flying an aeroplane,
Yeah, no.
but it's much more about an approach and an attitude,
Really, like
a way of thinking.
so you're analytical and
It's not
you're
analytical.
Yeah.
My father told me one line.
हाँ जी.
He said, always fly the plane, never let the plane fly you. Meaning, be ahead of the plane. So pilots have to be significantly ahead
हाँ जी.
of the aircraft. That's the first thing. The second thing is pilots see things from 30,000 feet.
For sure.
So when you're looking from here,
Yeah.
you can't imagine what it looks like from there. So the pilot training mindset is look from on top. Where's the drone? So from the drone you can see, right?
Yeah.
So that's the pilot mindset. From there everything else begins.
है ना? That keeps you strategically informed कि भाई अभी मुझे एक दुनिया अलग ही पर्सपेक्टिव से दिख रही है, क्यों?
Yeah, it's basically management. See, when you are looking, imagine if you're walking in this road
हाँ जी.
and you're here,
Yeah.
right? Versus imagine if you're there.
हाँ.
Number one, the road looks different.
Yeah.
Number two, things on the road don't scare you at all because you have a big view,
Yeah.
so you can see where the problems are coming.
Yeah.
So that's very important about flying. It's a beautiful thing. You should become a pilot.
I should.
Yeah.
Speaking of travel, I remember 2010 में you took a sporadic journey in a train. वो क्या motivation था? What happened there?
No, it's not 2010. I've been taking these journeys all the time.
Really?
Yeah. The press picks them up. See, the press basically for political reasons targets me.
Na?
So they like to distort what I do. And so they only show certain aspects of it. The reason I took that journey
Yeah.
was because I wanted to understand what it feels like to be a migrant laborer in India.
Yeah,
And
it
what
was a
it
long
feels
ass
like-
journey also, 37 hours.
Yeah, in the sitting in the third class
Yeah.
where we were chatting to painters who were coming from Gorakhpur.
Very interesting. What,
Fascinating.
आप ये मेरे को बताओ ना, उस मोमेंट से पहले दिमाग में आपके क्या चल रहा था?
मैं समझना चाहता हूँ ना,
हाँ.
तो मैं समझना चाहता हूँ जो भी मेरे सामने आता है
हाँ.
उसको मैं समझने की कोशिश करता हूँ.
मस्त है.
मस्त कह सकते हो या मेरी फिलोसफी कह सकते हो.
नहीं, इंटरेस्टिंग है क्योंकि थिंग इज योर दादी वाज कॉल्ड द आयरन लेडी ऑफ इंडिया. सो
She was also called Gungi Gudiya.
क्या बात कर रहे हो? नहीं, आई डिडंट नो दैट.
Before she became Iron Lady, the same people who attack me 24/7 used to call her Gungi Gudiya.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, yeah. And then Gungi Gudiya suddenly became Iron Lady. She was always Iron Lady.
आपका कैसा था दादी पोता रिलेशनशिप? Is that
The love of my life.
really? Is it that?
I mean,
when
my
you-
second mother.
हाँ ना? Is it when you look for a woman who'd like to settle with, you'd want a woman like that?
Ah, that's an interesting question. I would prefer a woman. Nah, I don't mind her. She's got qualities,
Ladies DM में drop कीजिए.
but the mix between my mother and my grandmother's
Uh-huh.
qualities is good.
So speaking of automobiles, I know you have a car and a bike thing also. हम लोग हैं देखिए obsessed with tech, auto and
No,
culture.
actually, I don't.
No car thing?
No, I drive a pretty ratty car.
Did you have the Land Cruiser?
No,
I saw some photos with it.
no. I actually don't own a car.
हाँ, क्या बात कर रहे हो?
No, my mother. I have a CRV which is my mother's,
Oh,
which I
interesting.
drive. But I've never been interested in cars. I'm interested in driving,
Yeah, you are.
which is a totally different thing. And again, I have a motorbike.
हाँ जी.
I'm not really interested that much in motorbikes, but I'm interested in driving motorbikes.
Yeah, but like what
like
you
to
said is
understand them.
interesting. Driving versus knowing, like being bingy
You can
about
ask
cars.
me about a car.
Yeah.
You can ask me about, the type of engine it has. You can ask me about the type of chassis it has. You can ask me anything about a car. I can probably answer you 90%.
हाँ क्या?
Yeah, but
I mean-
I can fix a car. I can do what needs to be done.
Really?
Yeah, broadly. But I'm not obsessed with the car.
Oh, you're not like obsessed. मतलब ऐसा पागल नहीं है आपका scene.
I like the idea of movement,
हाँ.
right? So I like the idea of moving fast, the idea of moving in the air,
Yeah.
the idea of moving in water, the idea of moving on land. What I'm using to move, that's okay. I'll adapt.
It's interesting. बहुत ही.
So I find as much beauty in an old Lambretta
हाँ.
as I find in an R1.
Really?
Yeah. In fact, in some ways, the Lambretta is more beautiful because
Oh, of course.
it takes more effort to drive it. It's more dangerous. Suddenly does certain things.
When was the last time you were driving a Lambretta or an
Lambretta?
antique car? Yeah.
Lambretta. I mean, a Vespa or a Lambretta, because Lambretta is the old style Vespa.
The OG.
No, that, I mean, you don't see them anymore, no?
Yeah, no, yeah.
But some of my friends' parents had one,
Haan
and
ji.
one of my tutors used to have one, so I used to drive it. I mean,
So cool.
But that was long ago.
Dude, there's EVs now in India. I mean,
I'll say something a bit bad.
बोलिए ना.
I don't like Enfields.
I was going to get to an
I
RE,
don't
but
like
I
them.
did not.
I don't like them. Everybody loves them, but I don't like them.
That's extremely against pop culture.
It is, but I think I don't like the brakes.
Yeah.
I don't like the balance.
Are you also one of those people who've
I
seen
don't
the
mean to be critical.
85s?
I like the RD350.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know the RD350.
No, I'm more of an RX 100 person.
No, the RD350, the original. Where's he? Jitendra, this is the RD350 man.
Yeah.
This guy's got
them.
He loves RD350s. I like them too.
Yeah.
They're dangerous. They're two-stroke,
Yeah, correct.
and their power band kicks in late. So for a long time, nothing happens.
So about 1,200, 2,000 RPM.
No, what is it? 6,000? Where does it?
Yeah, it goes up little, the stock version can go up to 7.
Yeah,
Two-stroke.
yeah.
It's a two-stroke
It's a
engine, not a
two-stroke
four-stroke
engine, right?
engine.
Wow.
So it's got a very nasty curve.
Shit, man.
So
that's
if you, it does nothing for a while,
Yeah.
and it suddenly takes off, and then they're dangerous. You can fall.
Yeah,
My
yeah, no,
favorite bike.
I can't believe
My
that.
favorite bike was the bike I used to have when I used to work in London. That was love of my life.
At Trinity.
No, it was a Aprilia RS 250.
Oh,
You know that?
RS250. Of
You know
course,
it?
of course. Yes.
That's the king.
Yeah, no, we do something called History on Wheels on
That's
Mashable.
the king.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
that's if I got the math right, it's 250 cc's and it's approximately 70 bhp and it's 120 kilos.
That's not bad, dude. It's a flying machine then.
No, that thing can in its time
Yeah.
it would take out all 600s, 1000s. It would clean them out on a good road.
Do you relate a lot to the cities you studied in, or like is there a place in India that you relate to more?
Delhi,
Delhi?
yeah, but it's uncomfortable to ride in Delhi.
क्या बात
Dangerous.
करो? कितना अच्छा रोड है आप लोग के पास?
Dangerous.
Dangerous तो है.
People don't, for me also, security guys and stuff, I
Yeah.
don't do that. So I prefer now cycling to motorcycling.
You'd rather cycle to work than like a motorcycle.
No, I can't cycle to work, they don't let me. But I prefer the concept of using your own power.
हाँ. You don't have a Mumbai story. हम लोग बॉम्बे जर्नी करते हैं तो मुंबई की बात तो करनी बनती है हमारी.
Mumbai, my father was born there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can say that my ancestry
कौन से
Bombay.
एरियाज कौन से होंगे आपके?
इतना नहीं जानता.
कुछ नहीं.
I mean, 5-6 नाम जानता हूँ, but
हाँ.
nothing. I haven't spent much time there.
And no, like you don't binge on Mumbai food, or when you're traveling, you're not like a food use like.
I try to be careful, so I don't eat too much, oily food and fried food and stuff. So mine is pretty simple.
You've always been like that.
Yeah, I used to eat a lot more sugar. I've stopped now. Much
Yeah,
less.
same. No sugar at all. I don't do sugar at all.
Not at all.
No.
But
This is after 18 kilos going down.
so, what do you like? What bikes do you like?
Oh, I like an electric one. I have an Ather 450 plus right now.
Oh, I've never driven an electric
Oh,
bike.
you need to go electric, bro. You're never coming back after.
I've never driven one of those.
Imagine 0 to 3.
I've driven an electric scooter,
Ah.
but never electric bike.
Yeah, no. This one's also an electric scooter.
Oh, it's a scooter.
But electric bikes भी आ गई हैं. But
Have you
like-
seen that? I've been noticing. Have you seen this Chinese company called Suron?
No, but I've heard of them.
They're cycles,
Ah.
mountain bikes with electric motors.
Wow.
Very interesting concept.
I'd hate to get stuck on a mountain with it if it runs out of battery though. But fun.
Yeah, but they're good.
There's an EV revolution coming in India, don't you think?
I don't think we're doing what needs to be done for it to happen.
Yeah, why do you say so? Like,
Because an EV revolution
Anji.
requires a foundation,
Yeah.
and we're nowhere there.
है ना?
No.
So
So
है थोड़ी बहुत सब्सिडी तो दी है ना लेकिन काफी जगहों पर.
foundation means production of batteries, production
Ah.
of motors, production of
The infrastructure
structure.
overall.
That's not there. So
Kuch highway bन रहे हैं
it's not strategically done. It's
Yeah.
all ad hoc.
Yeah.
They don't really understand how it's supposed to be done. The other revolution that India has missed, which I am very passionate about, is the drone revolution. So there also we're done.
Yeah, drones. I love drones. Have you seen the
The
SPV
basic
one?
idea is the same, right?
Yeah.
I know quite a few guys who work in the automotive research side outside India. And the most fascinating conversation I had with one of these guys, he asked me a simple question. He says, "Tell me, Rahul, why do you need 3,000 kilos of steel to have one guy driving in it?" So answer.
It's insane. I mean, you need to. I don't know.
This is the most fascinating thing that this guy told me. He said, "Look, the only reason you need it is because the engine is centralized.
Yeah.
So you've got a huge engine in a car that weighs 600, 700 kilos, and when you have an impact, that becomes a missile. So to protect the passengers from that,
You need so much more.
you need so much steel. And he's like, what happens if you decentralize the engine? What happens if you put a motor there and a motor there and a motor there and a motor there?
I know about this concept, of course.
So I like that.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So what we're seeing, right? It's a revolution in circular motion. We are going from the internal combustion engine
Yeah.
up and down
Correct.
to rotary. That's what electrics is.
Yeah, no?
And it's the same in the sky.
So you have immediate torque.
Yeah, and you also have a completely different distribution of power.
100%.
You can put a motor there and a motor there and a motor there and a
And you'll
motor
be
there.
much safer in rollover situations or kind of like
Yeah.
slippery places.
So that's the revolution. But the revolution, the correct way to look at it is not to see it as automobiles, but to see it as mobility. Because the
That's true.
exact same thing is happening in the sky,
Yeah.
and the exact same thing is happening underwater.
The future of mobility can be very, very interesting if we
Yeah.
tap the right places.
And you have to think about it in terms of decentralization.
Correct.
So you have to think about it in terms of how do you decentralize structures of movement.
This youth, I've been talking to a bunch of ones जो शहरी है मेरे ख्याल से, but online at least, there's a lot of chatter of the passport being given away. The number of people giving away Indian passport बहुत हो गया है ना? उसके बारे में आपको
Because the idea of India is being attacked.
yeah, no?
Yeah. So one thing young people need to understand
हाँ जी.
is that their freedoms are being taken away, and they don't see it coming. But there's a whole-scale attack on the institutions of this country, on their future, on their education system, on their healthcare system, and most importantly, on their employment system.
Yeah,
So
it's a 360-degree thing that you see.
the employment system of India is being wiped out, and it's being wiped out by GST, by demonetization, and the idea is to benefit limited number of people
हाँ जी.
and extract money from the rest of the people.
I mean, it's slightly saddening and worrying also to me as a
But it's interesting because it allows a completely new vision to come. So it's not. I mean, it's bad.
Yeah.
But something good can come out after it.
100%. इतना discourse आपने new age media के साथ किया during the yatra, that was very interesting.
Yeah, because the fact is that you guys are not biased,
Yeah.
right? You guys are neutral.
Yeah.
Press is biased. It's bought out. So anything you say to it, they don't transmit.
There's also a bunch of names you've been called on social. आपने कभी पढ़ा सुना? कैसा लगा आपको?
I don't care.
Yeah?
No, not at all. देखो जो आप मुझे कहना चाहते हो कहो.
हाँ.
ये देखो. ये आप मुझे दो. देखो.
Look.
I don't have to take it.
You don't have to.
तो आप मुझे नाम जो बुलाना बुला लो. मैं पकड़ूंगा ही नहीं इसको.
100% की बात.
नहीं, और दूसरी बात, मैं नफरत नहीं करता किसी से. आप मुझे गाली भी दो,
हाँ.
आप मुझे मारो भी, नफरत नहीं करूंगा आपसे.
नहीं भाई, जैसे कोई पप्पू बोल दे तो उसको दिल पे लगा होगा ना? नहीं.
नहीं, वो प्रोपेगेंडा कैंपेन है, उसके दिल की बात है. उसको वो जो बोल रहा है,
हाँ जी.
उसके अंदर डर है. वो उसकी लाइफ में कुछ नहीं हो रहा, वो उदास है, उसके रिश्ते मतलब ठीक नहीं चल रहे, तो किसी और को गाली देने की जरूरत दे रहा है. मैं स्वागत कर रहा हूँ, और दो, अच्छी लगती है, और बोलो, और नाम दो मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
छाती चौड़ी करके खड़े आप.
नहीं, चौड़ी भी नहीं करने की जरूरत है. ऐसे खड़े हैं, रिलैक्स खड़े हैं.
हाँ.
What's your favorite car or motorcycle?
Oh, I love the Lexus. Recently, I've been driving the Lexus a bunch.
You know an interesting thing?
हाँ जी.
You notice that when I ask you what's your favorite car,
Yeah.
you will either say Japanese or you'll say German. You know why?
I love the driving experience.
But you know where it comes from? The Japanese automobile industry
Yeah.
emerges from the Japanese steel industry, which used to be the Japanese samurai sword industry. So the traditional Japanese sword making techniques are what created the
Craftsmanship in the car.
yeah.
Oh fuck, bro.
Hold on.
That's like
It's the exact same thing with Germany. Over here, it's the sword. Over there is the battle axe. Right? And all this stuff comes out there. And what's important is that we see it like that. Because we have all these traditional industries in India that can all be completely transformed into modern industries. But we completely ignore them and kill them. That's what young people should think about. By the way, if you think about Enfield, I mean, that's just a personal thing. I mean, guys riding Enfield shouldn't take that badly.
Yeah.
It's, if you like it, it's good for you.
I mean, ये भी बात होती है ना भाई, कितना डर गए हैं हम लोग यूथ, हम सब कुछ भी एंटी बोलने के लिए, मतलब उल्टा पर्सपेक्टिव है तो बहुत डर के बोलता है आदमी.
नहीं, डर नहीं रहा हूँ. मेरी राय है, मैं बोल दूंगा.
हाँ.
बट अगर किसी को मतलब उसकी चोट लग रही है,
You're apologizing.
No, I'm not apologizing. I'm saying that's your view. I like it. It's good for you.
I love how you approach things. It's an interesting way. Chalo,
I don't want to harm people.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to be violent. I don't want to harm people. हमारे धर्म में दो सेंट्रल कॉन्सेप्ट हैं, अहिंसा और सत्य. तो उनको मैं मतलब अपनी लाइफ में डेवलप करने की कोशिश करता हूँ.
पता है आपको?
Nice
No?
nice meeting you.
Same here, Baba. All the
Did you
best.
enjoy yourself?
Yes, I did.
Wave a little bit and be happy.
Yes, sir.
Smile. I like it that you're smiling.
Yeah, always.
Good. All the best.
Keep spreading smiling
Take care.
kindness.
Thank you, brother.